As the Russia-Ukraine tensions continue to mount, India says it is deeply concerned, but New Delhi has not commented on Russia's recognition of Ukraine's separatist areas. The Indian External Affairs Minister S. Shankar called the situation the result of a complex chain of events over the past 30 years. Speaking at the start of the emergency session of the UN Security Council, India's UN permanent representative called for restraint and diplomatic dialogue. Listen in.
The escalation of tension along the border of Ukraine with the Russian Federation is a matter of deep concern. These developments have the potential to undermine peace and security of the region. We call for restraint on all sides. The immediate priority is de-escalation of tensions, taking into account the legitimate security interests of all countries and aimed towards securing long-term peace and stability in the region and beyond. We are convinced that this issue can only be resolved through diplomatic dialogue.
India reiterated that diplomacy is the only solution to resolve the conflict, and all sides should exercise restraint to avoid any military escalation. Meanwhile, India's defense minister also said that a solution to the Ukraine crisis should be found through dialogue.
देखिए, जो यूक्रेन का मामला है, भारत यही चाहता है कि किसी तरीके से शांति स्थापित हो और बातचीत के द्वारा इसका समाधान निकाला जाए, यह भारत चाहता है। और अभी जो सूचना प्राप्त हुई है, उसमें अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति मिस्टर बाइडेन ने यह कहा है कि हम रूस के प्रेसिडेंट पुतिन से बातचीत करने को तैयार हैं। यदि दोनों की बातचीत होगी तो मैं तो आश्वस्त हूं कि कोई न कोई समाधान निश्चित रूप से निकलेगा। भारत का जहां तक पक्ष है, भारत शांति चाहता है। भारत सदैव से विश्व शांति का पक्षधर रहा है।
Air India's first flight from Delhi to bring back Indian nationals from Ukraine has landed in Kiev. 254 Indians will be flying from Kiev to Delhi tonight on the Air India flight. Air India will be operating 2 more special flights between India and Ukraine on the 24th and the 26th of this month. And as those tensions continue to escalate, our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibul has been tracking those developments in New Delhi, has sent us this report. Take a look.
Even as situation gets worrisome in Eastern Europe, especially Ukraine, India is keen that its nationals are back as soon as possible. This was something that was reiterated by the Indian envoy to the United Nations at the United Nations Security Council's emergency meeting that happened on Monday. We know that Russia has announced its decision to recognize the republics, the rebel republics in eastern Ukraine. But talking about the Indian nationals, it is the well-being of Indian nationals that is the priority for New Delhi. And Air India is operating special flights as well. 3 special flights this week, including one that has left for the country earlier today. And we know that there are 20,000 Indian nationals there. Most of them are students doing their medical education. And of course, we know that number of these students are keen to come back as soon as possible because there could be a serious escalation in that part of the world, and that can of course impact the Indian nationals. But nonetheless, India is calling for dialogue and de-escalation as soon as possible so that things can normalize, and especially emphasized on talks between the various stakeholders. Video journalist Neeraj Patel, Siddhant Sibul for WION in New Delhi.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.